Daniel Craig is back for a brand new murder mystery film that comes out on Christmas Day on Netflix, and I'm really excited to talk about it because I got an early screening for this film and it was really awesome. Let's just get to it. What is going on, film fans? It is Brad from Let's Be Real Brad, and today in the channel, I want to talk to you guys about the brand new Netflix original murder mystery film called Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery is once again written and directed by Rian Johnson, who wrote the original film from 2019, Knives Out, as there were two sequels that were sold to Netflix from Lionsgate, so we're going to definitely get another Knives Out film, and it once again stars Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc.
Mr. Blanc, if you please.
The film also stars Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, Catherine Hahn, Dave Bautista, Jessica Henwick, Madeline Klein, Leslie Odom Jr., and Kate Hudson. This film is about the famed Southern detective Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig, who travels to Greece for his latest case. So this was in my top 10 most anticipated films of this year because Knives Out from 2019 was one of my favorite films of that year. So I was really excited for this one because of the massive cast that is on this movie, and there was so many people talking on Twitter of who else is going to be cast in the Knives Out sequel. And so I got the chance to check this movie out at the International Boston Film Festival on Halloween, which was very unexpected, but I got to check the movie out as early as I did, and I gotta say that this movie was awesome. Everything that you loved about the original Knives Out movie is all in this movie. The great writing, the great performances, the big A-listers, the big budget, but also being a well-written murder mystery film that gets you thinking, and it is also hilarious. This movie does not lose a step, as I think it's pretty much just as good as the first film, as it's trying to do something different from that movie. I just could not take my eyes off the screen as I was trying to figure out who is the killer and why is the killer doing the things that they do. And this movie just spins the murder mystery stereotypes and cliches that we have seen over the years and just flips it on its head, and I just had a great time watching it. So let's just dive right into the positives first, and I always got to start with the performances, as Daniel Craig is amazing in this movie. I truly love his very southern accent. He is just so hilarious in his timing of the jokes, and he just truly feels like he is having a great time with this character, as well as everybody else in this movie, because his energy is just really high, as I just could not get my eyes off of him because he is one of my favorite actors, but he just commits to this role. Everybody else in this movie is great, especially Janelle Monáe, who is a fantastic actress as well as a great songwriter and musician. She truly has it all, and I think she is really good in this movie. But easily one of the best aspects about this film, just like the first film, has got to be the screenplay, as I was invested within this mystery and I really wanted to see where it was going to go. There were so many little twists and turns, and the way that you're supposed to look at something, it just made the movie so interesting of how you need to get like 4 to 5 sides of a story to understand what actually happened. And the writing is able to create so much great dialogue between the characters, and it really makes you try to focus on what the characters are saying and doing at all times. And I was trying to pay attention to everything, because if I missed something, it was definitely going to come back later in the movie. This movie is also filled with some hilarious, well-written jokes. Rian Johnson is such a great director, and he once again is able to provide so many fantastic shots that are able to really keep you immersed in this movie, especially when there is a lot of dialogue-heavy scenes, and the action is very well shot, and there's tons of great editing in this movie. I also really enjoyed the score, as it truly fits this classic murder mystery vibes that this movie is doing. I also found the cinematography to be excellent, and I think it was a little bit better than the first film. I also found the production design to be really good as well, especially being in this glass onion of sorts. I thought was really interesting, and I also really enjoyed an aspect of the pandemic playing into this movie that I felt like could have been done a little bit better, but it was something I wasn't expecting. Unfortunately, this film does have a few negatives here, and the first one is that there are a few characters in this movie that I felt like didn't get a lot of screen time and not a lot of development to them, and there are two main obvious ones. That is mostly Leslie Odom Jr. and Jessica Henwick's characters, and they're really good in the movie, but I felt like their characters just didn't get a lot lot of screen time, and like, you know about them and you know what they do, but I felt like their presence didn't add as much weight as everybody else's. And the last negative I have with this film is the fact that I was able to figure out who the killer was, but the movie does such a great job of not just being about who the killer is, but really focusing on the motives of the killer, which I think is the most important and something I definitely agree with and more movies should definitely focus on. So it wasn't that big of a deal for me, even though the movie tries to make it a really big reveal. Overall, guys, Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery is easily one of the most fun and awesome movies I have seen this year. This is truly going to be a crowd pleaser, and it's definitely going to be one of the biggest movies and most talked about movies of the year. This movie features great performances, a fantastic screenplay with so many great jokes, and a very immersive and great murder mystery that you are just waiting to see. The film feels more grand and bigger than the first film and taking things differently than that first film, so you don't need to watch the first Knives Out before you watch this one, but you definitely should because it's a great film, and I can't wait for you guys to all watch this film because it is amazing. I am giving Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out this review. As I want to know below in the comment section, how excited are you for this sequel? And if you have seen this film early, let me know your spoiler-free thoughts about the film. I can't wait to hear about those. Before you guys check out this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you all in the following video.